Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome back. Maybe the last episode. So let's go directly to race day and let's try to finish 4 races in 1 hour. I don't know if it will be possible, but we try it. So we'll be very not talkative. So I'm just fine-tuning the setup, switching between one driver and the other, making 2 or 3 pit laps, and then calling back very quickly every driver. Let's see if... Okay, the last thing was to slow down the front wing, so we have copied everywhere. We can save it as Belgium dry. We can now load the Belgium wet that luckily was already available. Let's try a test also on this. Okay, it's just a matter with wings. So let's try this and start to save Belgium wet. And let's give an opportunity also to the first driver to get confidence with wet tires and wet setup. Let's call him back to the pit. He was looking for a rear, so maybe this is, I don't know, the correct final setup, 49B in the back. So because the track is drying, I would like to jump directly to qualification that is dry, load the Belgium dry again, copy the plan to all cars, switch to dry tires, make both drivers try to qualify as much as possible quickly, just in case should arrive the rain, as happened during practice. Spoon off, okay. So what's the matter with this? So the track is dry, but they need a wet weather setup. Okay. So Belgium dry again. Sorry, Belgium wet. Quite strange this. I don't get the point. Okay, the track is drying, so it's slightly wet, but at least the second driver scored the 6th, 7th tire pressure must be changed. Stiffen all the suspension. I wonder if he is playing with me just because now the track is drying. Let's do another try, just to have a quite tricky this scenario of qualification. As you can see, the rain has arrived again, so what a mess. Let's say that we save this one as Belgium dry. We let the qualification finish as they are, because anyway nobody is going to improve the lap time, and luckily we are qualified also with the second car, despite being very far, but a lot of drivers did not complete even a single lap so far, so it could be our lucky day in some way, maybe, and it will be very tricky to get the correct setup for the race. We will do maybe a bit more of test during the warm-up, but we should be qualified, I think so. Maybe, the 2 Ferraris and the 2 McLarens are under the risk of not being qualified. Yes, we have been put in just for a bit of fortune. The track is wet, so let's go to give wet tires, pace himself, load the Belgium wet, copy the plans everywhere, go to the other driver, do the same, and let's see if they like or not the setup. Let's get the feedback. Let's go down. Okay, let's go out with the other driver, number 2. Okay, we are not bad placed. Let's go back to the pit, the second driver. Let's get the feedback. Should be the last change, maybe. Let's just do a quick test to verify that everything is correct, because sometimes if you place 2 cars in a single session, both on track without the perfect setup, if they spin off both, you don't get the feedback, you cannot check properly the setup. So even if you have to do a fine-tuning like I'm doing now, just please remember to I was saying it. Anyway, pole position for Pani, Frentzen, as Herbert, Verstappen, Rosset. I was saying to check to have enough time to properly check the car, but you have seen that I did a mistake of not calling back the driver quick enough. Anyway, so we do a 2 pit stop. Okay, I think it will be very tough. Score a good result here, especially fine. Number 2 is in trouble, unknown reason. So he's maybe giving up his leadership, maybe, with this race. I don't know if the system says what has happened. The car didn't start at all. Okay, let's wait the race and see if we can get some advantages over the maybe changing weather condition. Okay, let's wait the first pit stop while we are 2 seconds far from the lead. Did not read correctly. 10 seconds penalty for Olivier Panis for breaking something. So we will see if it will affect or not our position. Yes, he's 4th now. So we have just Heinz Harald Frentzen to pass. Half a second of gap. We are now 1st. And in 1 lap we did give 15 seconds to Frentzen. Crazy. Track is drying, so maybe it's time to stop. Yes, lap 26 as per. The sky is cloudy. We can risk to have let's try if with slick tires we will risk or not to crash, because we have the setup for the wet condition, so should have a bit of grip more. No, we retired for unknown reason, but it was too early, and this is a mistake by myself, obviously, because it was really too early to switch to. Yes, because as you can see, with wet tires we were running around 2 minutes, 0.10, 0.15, whatever. We switched to slick tires running to 36, so it was really too early. And so we have missed the possibility to make the driver number 1 the new leader of the championship for the drivers table. And so this is also a learning, because unless everybody stop to say I have wrong tires, etc., it's better to stay with wet tires until the track is really completely dried up. And consider that also we have two drivers with 5 stars everywhere as skills. So really, if they don't stay on track, there's really a strong possibility that was too early to switch to slick tires. So let's wait the end of the race with iKeysRacing car, the number 2, not started at all. The leading one was, as said, leading and then lost completely the race for a team choice mistake. 35 laps, so we can maybe, yes, finish the race. So Frentzen winning with the Sauber, and then Alesi and Herbert, Benetton and the other Sauber. Good, I'm happy for them. Then Berger 4th, Pani, Ligier and Verstappen 6th. So nothing has changed in the classification of the driver's table. So we go to Monza to fight for the lead with just 3 points behind, between the two. As said, we have won already. So, okay, this is something that happens later in the season. So yes, you can buy a new chassis. No, sorry, not this one, but just this one. Okay, they are ruined basically. We have also lost the Vanes technology. Good, blah blah blah. So no money earned. And what I was talking about is, I do not remember. It's not the driver aids. It's not the car setup. It's not the driver setup. No, I cannot show you when a car basically becomes, let's say, ruined, old, worn out. So I will take the opportunity in the next maybe occasion. Then let's see. So the car number 1 has all new parts, so perfect. The second car, let's fit with best part. The third car is okay. Outside, the car number 1 is okay. The car number 2 is basically okay. The car number 3 is okay. But the car number 3 is in the need to get new parts. No. So what's the problem? Car number 1. Okay. Car number 2. Car number 3. I don't know. There is a difference of weight. Car number 1, 611, 600. Number 2, 611, 600. Number 3, 598. Maybe because it's the new chassis. So the new chassis could be also practically the new for the new season. I do not remember where is that voice. Maybe here. Okay. I don't want to steal technology. Listen, I don't remember, I'm sorry. There is a part for the car that gives you the situation of your chassis, but it's not here. Let's see. No. Maybe if we look. No. Okay, no problem. Sorry, but I do not remember what to do basically to see the chassis, because we have purchased, as you have seen after the Belgian Grand Prix, we have purchased the car, the chassis, for just the third car, the reserved car, and luckily or not, it weighs less than the other two. But anyway, we will finish the season as it is. Setup for iKey is illegal in the front. The car is too light for car regulation. Okay, no problem at all. Let's go to Monza, my hometown. Monza dry. No, sorry, this is Monte Carlo, Italy dry. Okay, copy plans to all. Let's have a taste of the setup. Rear wing is too high. Copy plans to all. Perfect. Let's switch to the second driver. Okay, not bad with a setup that is not perfect, I would say. I will try in the warm-up to understand if there's something more we can play with, but at least we have secured front row and the pole position for the second driver. Maybe we will exclude some 40 footwork and Minardi. Yes, so we can do the warm-up with this setup. Let's see. Okay, we did the maximum with the time at our disposal. I would go directly from the front row to see then Barrichello, Salo, Newhouse, Alesi filling the top 6, and let's see what we can achieve. Okay, ready. At least we are in the lead, and the current leader of the championship is leading the Italian Grand Prix. Okay, here we are. Let's load a new set of fresh tires. Fine. Let's wait now the driver number 1. Okay, so we have to wait up to lap 29. Okay, and to the end. No, sorry. Yes, to the end. And here we are also with this second car, currently leading. As you can see, we still have a huge margin over the contenders. Let's see the final gap. Oh, they are very close. Not anymore. Maybe overlapped cars are taking a strong part on today's result, but at the end I see that the second driver is anyway leading comfortably with almost 10 seconds, now 2 because overlapped cars. Here they are, very close, 2 seconds. And they are basically battling for the championship, so even if the car number 2, second driver, doesn't have more fuel. How many laps? 2. Okay, there's more than enough. New tires. In fact, I was a bit worried about the real, let's say, the real lasting stint. Exactly. I don't know what happened. It was very quick. Anyway, the second driver had a sort of fuel usage too heavy, and so the win has gone to the first driver, then Berger, Schumacher, Newhouse, Herbert closing the top 6 within points. Anyway, there's maybe a change of leader at this point for the drivers ranking. Let's go to have a look. Important retirement, sorry. Damon Hill, Eddie Irvine and Mika Hakkinen. Okay. Yes, 1 point of advantage for the driver number 1. So with 2 races ahead, will be quite challenging for both of them. We will place them in the best position. Tyrrell bankrupt, fine. IKR, okay, blah blah blah. So I'm sorry for the third driver, but if he plans to leave, is up to him. First car fixed, second car fixed, third car not used. First car fixed, second car fixed, third car fixed. Okay, next race. Did I save the game? Yes. Just merchandising to check, okay, and just to be sure that we are not earning anything from merchandise. Fine. Let's race the Portugal Grand Prix. Let's see if I have the setup ready. Portugal dry, yes. Copy plans to all, hoping that will be already well in place without too many modifications like I did for the Italian Grand Prix. That put me in the condition to lose a lot of time. I'm sorry. We are recording around 45 minutes now. Okay, looks all perfect. Let's have a quick try also to the other driver. Okay, should be all more than enough, so let's go to qualification. New set of tires, new set of tires. Decent advantage over the others. Okay. So we can bring cars to the pit. Okay, and skip the qualification. Fine. So Ferrari, Williams, McLaren, blah blah blah. No notable cut down drivers. Let's jump also the warm-up. So we start in the front row with the second driver 1 point far from the leader, then Schumacher, Newhouse, Hill, Hakkinen. New tires, pace yourself. New tires, pace yourself. Because I want to have a fair battle between the two, I'm going to copy the strategy because, I mean, this driver is starting from the pole position, asking for a pit stop more. I don't know, what do you think? Would be fair to put in the same strategy both cars or not? Do we leave as it is? Because it is required by the driver, I mean, I don't know, but maybe let's go this way. Let's go to race and let's see what happens. Because if driver number 2 has a decent pace, what happened? I don't know what happened. The graphic has started to do something wrong, I don't know what. So now it's a matter of waiting the pit stop. Nice. Okay. And this car can't be repaired? Who knows? Okay, now we still have the classification. So the second car, pit, did the pit stop. Okay, waiting for lap 29. The car number 1 now is in the lead with 30 seconds of advantage over the second car, but still has to do the pit stop in 3 laps time from now. And maybe he will give back the lead. Maybe. Okay. Because I don't know, in this way I think that having 1 stop more, the car number 2 is going to anyway lose the race. But at lap 29 I cannot take on board almost 42 laps of fuel. I mean, the maximum will be 28. Yes, I can maybe stretch a bit and leave him racing on track as much as possible, but I don't know, as a team manager in this occasion I should have forced the driver number 2 to stay with the same strategy of the driver number 1, at least to, let's say, race on with the same possibilities. This way he has 1 pit stop more, so more or less 30 seconds added to his overall race time. So it was a second place almost forced to be so. I didn't change the tires for the first driver. Sorry, I've lost the momentum. So car number 2, 100%. Car number 1, no, okay, no, it's okay. Let's see if car number 2 is going to recover a bit. No, 25. No. I mean, I would almost stop for the third time the car number 1 because it was not a fair advantage. Yes, we will do it. Just to be fair and to give the same possibility to both. Okay, at least they are close for seconds on each other. Now the number 2 passed in front. That's fair. 3 pit stops for both. And they have to play each other to win the race. Now car number 1 has more tires performances. Okay, at least they've played one each other fair enough. And that's it. So car number 2, car number 1, Damon Hill with Williams. Let's see the others. Berger, Benetton, Schumacher, Ferrari, Newhouse, Williams. Okay. Notable retirement, just Eddie Irvine and Mika Hakkinen with the McLaren. So, again, on the lead, the driver number 2 with 1 race to complete the season. So let's go to see. Basically, who will win the next race will be the world champion, because if this guy arrives first, earns 4 points over this guy and will win by 1 point the title. Okay, fine. Let's save the game. Let's fit the best part for both. The same here. Let's save again. Come on, let's save again. No, 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 no. Let's do the t-shirt that nobody is purchasing for the next race. So, free practice for Suzuka. Let's load the setup, hoping that will be fine for both drivers. Okay, the setting feels perfect, so because the setting feels perfect, we can save to Japan dry, copy all plans, go directly to qualification, new set of tires, and pace yourself. Like the famous song of the Morchiba. Do you remember? Let's pace yourself, na 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 na. Just pace yourself, na na na. Okay, I'm joking. Not a huge advantage over the Williams of John Newhouse, but who cares? It's all perfect, fine. Okay, and so we can finish the session. Just the Williamses are keeping the pace with us, then Ferrari, Benetton, McLaren so and so. Okay, the warm-up should be okay as it is. There is the sun, fine. So, first and second. And I'm sorry, but this time I will force the driver to accept the same strategy. So, driver number 1, pit stop 17 and 32. Driver number, do we have 23? No. So this is a mistake, for example, of the computer. on 53 laps, when the driver number 2 would stop at lap 30, he would not have all the laps to arrive to the end. So I will copy the strategy doing 18 and 33, and now at least it's a bit more fair. And so in Italy we say vinca il migliore, so may the best win the race. So the last race of the championship with the two iKeysRacing drivers battling for the title, and we will see who will win. So far the driver number 1 is breaking the record and gaining a bit of advantage over the teammate. He is more than keen to win, but there's a recovery of the second driver. They are very close, waiting for the first pit stop. Now a tiny margin for the driver number 1. We are around 1 hour of recording, but I will cut down the video. Don't worry, you don't have to support me for so long. Okay, first pit stop for car number 1. Okay, new tires. Go, go, go. Now, let's wait a second. New classification says that maybe the second driver passed the first one. Yes, by a tiny margin. And that may happen again, because we are waiting car number 1 on lap 32 and car number 2 on lap 33. So, to be honest and fair, we will stop first the car number 2, and would be lap 31, load 22 to 23. No, come on, let's keep things like they are. I was thinking, because the car number 1 stopped 1 lap before, it had a disadvantage, so I wanted to stop the car number 2, because also this guy will go to the end, I hope with enough fuel. I'm not sure both will arrive to the end, to be honest, given the fuel consumption. Okay, they are pacing themselves. At this moment, in this moment of the race, driver number 2 is winning the world title, despite he is willing to leave the team. Now, driver number 1 had some problem, I think, with some overlapped cars. He got 15 seconds, I mean. So even if he would have won the previous race, he would have been in advantage of, without, mixing up the strategy at the Portugal Grand Prix, he would have been 1 point in the lead, but he would have lost anyway the championship here. He's taking almost 30 seconds from the teammate. So yes, I think driver number 2 is deserving to win the championship if the fuel will be enough. And he did. Winning in Japan, he has become the world champion, followed by his teammate and then Damon Hill. So let's see also Newhouse 4th, Berger 5th, Herbert 6th. Fine. Let's go to see the classification, starting from the retirement. Alesi Benetton accident, Schumacher Irvine collision, 2 laps separated, and Hakkinen collision again. Well, fine. So we have achieved basically everything. Here we are, no music, no celebration. We'll put editing the video proper celebrating music. So the IKR driver number 2 wins with 7 points of advantage, then Hill, Schumacher, Berger, Newhouse. But we will see the complete classification in a couple of seconds. These are also drivers without scoring any point in the season, and Katayama and Collard without having a car, also Salo. Okay, nice, fine. So that's it. third, Damon Hill, Schumacher, Ferrari fourth, Berger fifth, Newhouse, Jacques Villeneuve sixth. We had won the championship for constructors ages ago. So that's it, with this beautiful graphic effect to explain us who has won what. Fine. And wow, this is a sort of summary, okay, for each driver. So one win more, and he has secured the championship. The graph what does... okay, because at the end for 1996 season it is showing up that you have won, you have placed yourself in the first place and with the total points available. Nice. So this is the next season. They present you the new calendar. I don't remember if it's always 16 races or more. Anyway, not different for what I've seen in this 1996. Australia, Brazil, Argentina, Germany, San Marino, Monaco, Spain, Canada, France, Great Britain, Hungary, maybe Japan instead of Spa-Francorchamps, instead of the Belgian Grand Prix. Okay. So just a quick celebration, and then you have to work for your new contract. So yes, you can choose. Just the suggestion is year by year renegotiate your deals, your contract. Anyway, 16 races with Mach fuel, yes, okay. You must have a fuel contract, blah 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 blah. Okay, fine. For tires, go with the best, or if you have to save a bit of money, go with the second one. Offer a deal, okay. Then spare parts, go for the best, because you have 4 teams each with the 2 best suppliers. Here what we have, okay, new contract, finished, blah blah blah. Bank account 175k for the last race result. Successfully signed the fuel contract and the tires contract and the spare part contract. Okay, not anymore Spa-Francorchamps for the silly go-kart style AIDA TE circuit. Now you can use active suspension, you can use a cooling system up to this level and vanes. Okay, so this is the start, but during the next season FIA will anyway continue to make changes. And here we are. If you want to start a new season, you have to buy a new chassis, because if you press OK here, maybe you don't have a chassis, I don't know. Anyway, that was showing 96 season. I want to wait. Developments in tire technology. Jordan loses suspension. Okay, FIA, blah blah blah. First title, 1-2. First championship. And unluckily, Adrian Orel retires. Okay, thank you. So, this is the figure after 1 year with the IAMACHEAT. I don't remember the code to insert. So, as an overall, we haven't sold anything from merchandising. So, sorry, maybe it's better to not produce merchandising up to the new season. We have won 2.3 million thanks to money coming from FIA prizes for the results we have put in place, and 158k grants. I don't remember what is the meaning, but anyway, 2.4 million earned, 34 spent, and we had the cheating mode, the best drivers, etc. So a normal, let's say, season raced properly at a rookie level will be not anyway so easy, but maybe I can do full season with the hardest level or the rookie level, but with just 20 millions of dollars in the bank account. So at the end we have lost 32 million of dollars, and we could have saved more or less $5 million not building at all facilities. So we would have been, let's say, up to 27 millions of expenditure. We could have saved transportation, let's say maybe 100k keeping the designers at home. Oh no, sorry, here we are. 11 million of constructions. So it would have been 23 millions here. We could have saved 100k maybe on transportation, keeping the designers home. We could have tested less, for sure. But at the end, I could show you a full season with 20 millions in the bank account, and you risk to arrive anyway at the end of the season really with no money, unless you race with the best teams. So what you can do is accept anyway the cheapest sponsorship at the beginning of the season and earn some 100k here and there. But let's say this was, as said, more or less a game of cheating, so I did it with the purpose just to speed up the process of showing you the effect of testing a lot and having already as much as possible car setups ready to be just driven and fine-tuned. That process can be, let's say, divided in 10 seasons, and if you start with the rookie mode with the best team, maybe you can achieve your first championship after 3 or 4 years. Obviously, with this way has been really pure, full cheating, and so it's easier. Obviously, you can, let's say, get to just maybe cheat a bit of money, some millions here and there, just to survive. That could be done. But anyway, I relaunched the challenge with myself with a proper season, with 20 millions, with a cheap team, with a slow team, and see what happens. That being said, let's click on OK. And so we have also beaten myself at least, with a 96 season that was maybe not cheating, but no, yes, I was cheating for sure. With this fake team, Ice 1 was, yes, 148 points and 11 wins, yes, I was cheating. Anyway, let's go ahead. I would like to avoid this. Okay, we have what? Offer a deal for what? Now we can stay with this. No contract, so we have to offer a deal to more again. Okay, just remember what are my suggestions, if you will. So always fit with best parts. I did it after each race is not needed. I mean, you can do it after 2 or 3 races depending on the wearing effect on each part, and also I would say you can choose to just refit what is worn out really in a undecent way. I was just showing this quickly, where having put all of our merchandising time to the best sponsors, after 1 year, as you can see, you have won, so everybody is interested in you, and now you can choose to, let's say, go ahead with the sponsorship contract. So for sure you can spend on refilling your stuff, and maybe in the second season someone will start to, let's say, purchase it. But because you're still waiting to produce toys and etc., at least you can try to negotiate some contracts. So for example, these guys are quite interested, and for example your marketing manager is suggesting you to close with Alonso Oil, that should be the grandfather of Fernando Alonso. It is very interested, but it has $4 icon, so I would anyway, let's say, offer a deal. Let's see what we can do. So here, for example, who is interested? Well, for just 4 races you get 1 million by Alonso Oil. So okay, done. Here maybe you can choose to Blaze, no, maybe you can choose Coca-Cola, 1.5 million. Yes, here again Coca-Cola interested, but let's play with Blaze. Fine. Then another expensive part, let's see here, just for races, Alonso Oil. Yes, here the rear wing, again with Blaze or Coca-Cola 800, and so you can go on basically up to when you will finish basically the interest of the sponsors. But as long as you had them, just play with them, just mix them. to be sure to not lose someone while you do it. And Blaze and Alonso oil here. Fine. So yes, you can also sell this stuff, but always choose the best offered for you, and at a certain point Coca-Cola or Alonso will start to give up. Yes, let's introduce Dion or Dion and Echo that pays the same as the other, more interested. Let's go down, let's see, KTV 169, why not? KTV 169, why not? KTV 169, why not? Now let's change with Alonso oil, and with Blaze, Metals 169, and Metals Inc. 169. Fine. For 4 races, you are now, let's say, patched like a sort of human sticker. So you are going to earn a lot of money. Here are not, let's say, written already, but if I do a race, you will see here coming the sponsorship, how to call it, the sponsorship incomes. And here you are paying 2.2 millions to have the Ilmor engine, but you can also wait to have some engine supplier maybe interested on paying to support you. So for example, Peugeot is interested in supporting us, but they would a French driver. So sometimes you have to play, let's do maybe the same with Honda. No, they just say, okay, you will have to pay. Let's see, BMW, no, you have to pay. Let's see, Lamborghini, you have to pay. There was someone else interested, no. Okay, no problem. Sometimes you get someone asking you, for example, Yamaha, we are interested, like Peugeot did before, but we would like to have a Japanese driver. You cannot edit the nationality of the driver. You have to sign up for a Japanese driver. Anyway, then you can check all your contracts before starting a new season. Maybe the security contract, because we have lost in the previous season a lot of parts, can be switched, for example, to Sentry, offering a 1-year deal, and just be the single team operating with Sentry, but sure to not lose internally technology, because we pay a lot, but we are the only team working with them. So it's a good deal. And what else? We are not in the position to renew the personnel, also because we still have 32 races with the other 3 drivers, so that's good. What else? I would say nothing. So you could start a new season, and that would be the starting point. Let's save it again. And research and development are all already developed. The new chassis can be designed as we did in the last year. So after the first race of this 97 season, we'll start the project for the 98 season. That's good. What we could do is that the driver aids this year allow to use the active suspension. So you should mount the active suspension into your cars and then start to test them to be properly fitted for the first race of the season. So overall, I would say the majority of your development during the season would be refit parts with the best part allowed by the FIA, and that would be the first step. The second step would be test the car and as much as possible improve performances race by race. At a certain point of the season you will have to stop anyway to test, because you may end your money, but let's say that testing is the first thing to do to be sure to have a proper car with the best possible performances and reliability. And as long as you get it, you then basically win races or start to score points. And by mid-season every year, please look to contracts to be sure to have the best engine, the best fuel, the best tires, the best technicians, and blah blah blah, the best drivers, and that's it. It just gets, let's say, longer or shorter depending on how many money you earn and have, but as soon as you start to have a sponsorship deal, you start to earn money, and so the game is done. So that's it for the moment. I've been maybe longer than enough, but I wanted to close the circle and also make a sort of black line, make a point on this game. As said, the aim, the purpose of these 6 videos was just speed up the velocity to demonstrate you how fast a car can be if it is properly developed and properly tested. Then obviously, if you have to count just on your money, you will maybe give up on some technologies and just develop the current one available. So for example, if it was the beginning of 96 season, I would say we would have worked on semi-automatic gears. That was the only technology available that year. Obviously, the more money you have, the more technicians you can buy, and the more technicians you can buy, the more engineers, etc., the more you speed up the development of technologies. But let's say that generally speaking, if you race for 10 seasons, I would say every year you develop 1 or 2 technologies, not more. So that's it, basically. Guys, girls, ladies, gentlemen, sorry for being so long. I hope it is all clear. If not, feel free to write me an email or drop me a comment on any video you like, and I can only wish you to enjoy this game if you like it. I give the appointment to the main announcement I'm going to do in a couple of days, and for the rest I wish the best to all of you, and as always, if you don't know what to do, stay home, stay race, and stay safe in a different order. Okay. Thank you guys, from Italy, from Marco. Best wishes. Thank you very much. Bye bye.